Yay, technical difficulties. All right, while we're getting the slide deck up here, I'm Steve Morawski. I'm a cloud ops advocate at Microsoft, focused on DevOps scenarios, site reliability engineering, cloud native, all sorts of fun stuff. And my partner in crime here.
Hey folks, I'm Rahul Bagaria. I'm a product manager in Azure Monitor, which is our end-to-end monitoring solution for applications and infrastructure.
Yep. We got to go.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to start out just a little quick level set and cover a little bit of what is DevOps, why we're here talking about continuous monitoring and that kind of thing. So just to get us all on the same page, DevOps is a union of people, process, and products to enable continuous delivery of value to your end users. In other words, it's play nice and work fast. That's a little glib, but it's kind of true, right? It's be nice to each other, work well together, and if we do that, we're going to have good results. What kind of results? We're going to see things like faster deployments, way quicker time to realizing and going from when somebody comes up with an idea to it being able to be published out in front of folks and being used. We see that our changes are much more successful, right? We have a lower change failure rate. So as we're making smaller changes more frequently, because they're smaller, we have a better idea of what's going on, so there's less chances things are going to go wrong. And when they do, because we can make changes that much faster, we can get the change to fix the problem, which leads to a faster mean time to recovery. What do these things translate to? Faster time to market and increased revenue, right? And for most businesses, most companies, that tends to be a good thing. And it also tends to be the thing that helps, get you bonuses or promoted or helps improve your career and capabilities. So, what technologies do we need to support DevOps, right? Or what capabilities? Well, we first usually see the inclusion of continuous integration, right? Who here is more of a developer, self-identified developer? All right. IT operations? All right. DBAs? Marketing? Hey, you never know, right? DevOps brings in all people. We need to be welcoming of our marketing brethren and our sales brethren. So, continuous integration, if it's not something that you've used before, it's the concept of when we stick something in a source control, we have a tool that pulls it out, does some stuff with it to make sure it's in a good state, and then packages it up and gets it ready to do something with, whether we deploy that into a production environment, whether we deploy it into a test environment, but we get it ready to go somewhere. That's super simple. There's whole books on the topic, and so I'm not going to be able to sum it up in like 2 minutes, but that's a short version of continuous integration. Continuous integration we can build on and go for the concepts of continuous delivery. Continuous delivery kind of posits a handful of things, but one of them is that whatever's living in our main or trunk or master branch should be shippable at any point in time. Now, that's different than continuous deployment. And very often we'll hear continuous deployment. Continuous deployment kind of depends on continuous delivery. Continuous deployments, things are always rolling out. But continuous delivery is we are always in a shippable state. And there's a handful of other things around it, like you have scriptable environments and that you have a strong test suite and things like that. But the essence of it is whatever's in master is shippable, and we have a high degree of confidence that it's the good thing to have. Today we're introducing another aspect of continuous monitoring, right? Anyone Phoenix Project has read Phoenix Project? All right, about half the room. In the Phoenix project, Gene Kim, George Spafford, and Kevin Baer introduced the idea of the 3 ways. The first way is systems thinking. That's our CI process. That's how do we go from idea and get it into a state where we can deploy it somewhere. That we extend into CD. The second way is getting some feedback, is creating a feedback loop. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, starting with that continuous monitoring. And then the third way is just doing that feedback loop a lot and continual experimentation. And so having our CI process integrated with the continuous monitoring capabilities sets us up to advance our way down those 3 ways. What does continuous monitoring look like? Well, we're going to be focusing on Azure Monitor. Azure Monitor is the collection of monitoring capabilities that Rahul will be introducing us to relatively shortly here. And we're going to tie it into our workflow. And for our purposes today, we're going to focus on Visual Studio and Azure DevOps, the Azure DevOps platform. And we're going to look at Azure Boards, Azure Test Plan, Azure Pipelines, and just kind of get a little sense of each of those things. But that's a collection of services that help us follow the right pattern in practice for creating that CI/CD workflow and integrating our continuous monitoring. And down below, we just kind of see how the flow of work might look, right? We're going to plan out our sprint, or we're going to get our Kanban board with our backlog and get ready to rock and roll. Then we start working on our development. Build it, ship it, run it, right? Hey, my IT ops folks, right? We got to run that software, so we need to have some metrics and some monitoring around that so we know how it's behaving. And then over time, we're going to take advantage, both operations and development can take advantage of the metrics and monitoring that we have in place to both operate it better and to develop better for it, to find those parts that are unstable and add some stability, to find the features that are being used and reinforce and expand them, and to find the things that aren't and maybe refactor them, change them, or remove them. So with that, I'm just going to give us a quick little overview of the Azure DevOps platform. The Azure DevOps platform is basically VSTS, if you're familiar with it. If you're not, we have a certain set of capabilities. We have Azure Boards for workflow tracking. We have Azure Pipelines for your build and release. Azure Repos for your source control. We have the test plans for building out a structured methodology for how you want to test and validate your environments. And the faster you want to go, the more important your testing infrastructure becomes. The tests are what give you the confidence to move fast and keep things stable. And then Azure Artifacts is an artifact repository, so the results of our builds can go into Azure Artifacts. Now, what makes this a little bit different than what we've experienced with VSTS in the past, Visual Studio Team Services in the past, is that each of these things can be used independently. You use what you need. If you already have some of these capabilities in other tools, that's fine. The stuff all works well together. If you're doing source control and work item tracking in GitHub, great. Use Azure Pipelines and get build with build agents on Mac, Windows, and Linux. We want to be able to play well with everybody. Now, with that, I'm going to hand over to my partner in crime here, Rahul, and he's going to tell us a little bit about continuous monitoring.
Definitely. Thanks, Stephen. So I'll start with continuous monitoring, but before that, I had a couple of questions. How many of you use the same monitoring solution between your development and IT teams? Almost 5 to 10% of the room. And that's exactly what we are trying to solve today with continuous monitoring. The core idea behind this concept is between your development and IT teams, throughout your DevOps process, you're using the same platform for monitoring. You're using the same metrics and logs. You're using the same telemetry. So if you have an issue that your IT team surfaces, your development team can go into the same monitoring solution, diagnose the problem, and fix it, give it back to the IT team, redeploy it, and make your customers happy. So how many of you have used Azure Monitor in the past? Great. Application insights, log analytics. Awesome, almost 3/4 of the room. Great, so let me introduce you to Azure Monitor, which is our new unified full-stack monitoring solution that we launched at, or rebranded at Ignite. If you have used application insights or log analytics in the past, all of them are now combined and unified with Azure Monitor. Azure Monitor is now one single unified solution for monitoring your applications and infrastructure layer, be it your VMs, containers, databases, network, any component that you are monitoring, either on Azure, on-premises, or any third-party cloud provider. Basically, in your hybrid environment, you're using one single monitoring solution, Azure Monitor, with a standard consistent set of metrics and logs. So any data you are collecting from any number of your applications or infrastructure all reside in the same place. Then we provide data-driven insights on top of all of this data that we are collecting. So capabilities like application insights or container monitoring or VM monitoring, they are capabilities of Azure Monitor. So from one single place, you can jump onto your application layer or your VM layer or container layer, whatever you want to drill down into. Thirdly, we have workflow integrations, which is the heart of how continuous monitoring actually enables your DevOps workflow to be continuous, right? So you have dev tools like Visual Studio. You have DevOps tools like Azure DevOps. You have maybe ITSM tools or CM tools that you're using to manage your issues and events or incidents. Azure Monitor connects with all of these tools and workflows. So you are open and you are flexible on whatever tools you want to use and use the same monitoring solution throughout your processes. Now, how does Azure Monitor work? Basically, as I said, you are able to collect data from your applications, operating systems on Azure, on-premises, hybrid, anywhere, and you can send any custom metrics, custom logs, any kind of custom data that you're collecting. Previously, you were only able to do that from within application insights. If you would have used it before, you remember there is a track metric API with which you can send custom metrics. Now that same capability is available throughout Azure Monitor. So for any resource, you can send custom metrics and custom logs and collect it into our centralized repository, which could either be in a metrics format or a logs format. Once your data is available, on the right-hand side, there are a bunch of things you can do with that. There are insights, like application insights or solutions for virtual machines, containers, or any other technology you are using, maybe SQL or storage and so on. Then there are visualization aspects. So you can pin your charts or tables to your dashboards. You can export your data to Power BI. Maybe you can create some workbooks, which are troubleshooting guides or dynamic reports that you can share between your development and operations teams. There are analytics tools, which are one of the most powerful capabilities of Azure Monitor. So with Metrics Explorer, you can create your own custom multidimensional charts, filter and segment across all of your resources. And log analytics, those of you who have used it in the past, it's a state-of-the-art big data analytics engine. And some of you might have heard it in Scott's keynote about Azure Data Explorer, right? So log analytics is based on Azure Data Explorer in the backend. So you'll see lightning-fast queries on top of billions of data points, terabytes of data. And that's basically what powers all of our insights and analytics capabilities.
So, Rahul, can I ask you just a question here?
Yep.
I know this has come up in a couple of other sessions, but a lot of the teams within Azure, folks who are running services on Azure, have made reference to using Kusto queries and a certain backend that they search against. What's different from what they're using to what is publicly available?
So Kusto is an internal code name for Azure Data Explorer that we had been using internally in Microsoft for quite some time. And that is the same technology that we are surfacing as log analytics for application monitoring or infrastructure monitoring. So whatever queries you are writing in Log Analytics, those are the same powerful Kusto queries or Azure Data Explorer queries that you'll be using for those purposes.
So like what the Azure DevOps team uses to run the Azure DevOps service, you have those same capabilities to build that same type of insights and stuff off of
Exactly.
Log Analytics.
So many of these big products within Microsoft, Azure DevOps, or even the whole Azure as well, Office 365, Xbox, everybody uses the same Kusto queries or the log analytics queries to run all of the business processes and business reviews. So if any of you have read any of the VSTS team blogs or Azure DevOps team blogs, they usually refer to some of the Kusto queries they ran to diagnose a particular issue and fix the problem. That's the same experience you are going to get when you're using log analytics and application insights.
Wonderful.
Great. Thanks for the question, Stephen. Now, you have analytics tool, and then you have remediation tools. Now, it's great to figure out what's going on, but what can you do about it? The first thing is you set up alerts. Now, it could be a basic threshold-based alert. You know your CPU should not be more than 80%. You can set up an alert on top of that. You could maybe set up some dynamic baselining. So there is seasonality in your data. You can use our machine learning capability to automatically detect those seasonalities and adjust the thresholds accordingly. Then there are remediation options. So there are automation scripts or auto-scaling that you can enable on top of your alerts to take actions whenever something goes wrong. And at the end, there are integrations available. So if you have all of your data collected in Azure Monitor, you want to export that to your CM tool, like Sumo Logic or Splunk or whatever you're using, you can route it through event hubs. There are REST APIs available with which you can query your data. And you can, of course, connect it with Azure Functions or Logic Apps or ITSM tools like ServiceNow, Cherwell, Provence, anything that you're using. Great. Now, let's look at some of these concepts that we recently launched this week. So unified monitoring. One of the big things you'll notice about the new unified Azure Monitor, which now includes App Insights and Log Analytics, is the one metrics, one logs, one alerts platform throughout the Azure portal. So you no longer have to go to separate places to do App Insights alerts or Azure Monitor alerts or create charts differently. One single place you go and you access all of your data together. We are natively integrated into some of the biggest Azure services. So if you go to your app service directly, if you go to your VMblade, if you go to your Kubernetes service, monitoring or Azure Monitor is natively integrated into each of those resources. You don't have to go somewhere specifically to Azure Monitor Blade or something different. You can go to the resource that you are troubleshooting or diagnosing and see all your data contextually right there. This is another new capability we launched on Monday, full stack visibility for your resource groups. Now, this is a feature many of you have asked us in the past. We are giving you insights for your individual applications or individual VMs and containers, but what about that mythical single pane of glass? Now, many of you use resource groups to kind of bucketize all of your resources, relevant resources, into manageable chunks. So you could have applications or VMs or containers that attribute to a particular solution in one particular resource group. So with this capability, you can get a resource group level view or insights and figure out what's the health status, how many alerts are firing, what are the different components into your entire solution stack. And from there, drill down deeper into that application map for the resource group level or the virtual machine map or just the failures or performance experience that you have used in application insights in the past. Then we come to application insights. Now, that's our primary APM offering or application performance monitoring offering from Azure that you can use for any app, any developer, any platform. So you are a .NET developer, Java developer, Node developer. We have all the open source SDKs available on GitHub, which you can go there, use it for your own purposes, maybe even contribute to the community. Great. So .NET, many of you might have used in the past. That's our hero solution. But lately, we have invested heavily in our Java capability as well. So this week, Spring 1 conference is going on as well. And we have launched our support for the Spring Boot Starter. So those of you who are Java developers might be using the Spring framework. So you can now use our Spring Boot Starter pack. There are micrometer metrics. There is local forwarder capability. So you can get your adaptive sampling, live metrics, everything that you used to get from .NET, our Java solution is now almost at par with our .NET capabilities. Now, application map, I touched upon that. That's your end-to-end topology view. So if some of you have started to modernize your applications, you would have microservices deployed on containers, multiple apps talking to each other, APIs, and so on and so forth. Application map gives you that one single view across your distributed application layer. You have multiple things talking to each other. You can see from the screenshot. You can get that full visualization along with hotspots where there might be some problems from which you can drill down into. Then there is this end-to-end distributed tracing. This is basically the concept of observability across your applications. So a typical transaction might span across multiple hops. So a customer came to your website, did a button click that generated a server backend request. You called some APIs, you called some databases. A transaction could be fairly long. Now, if the button click fails, where is that problem? Now, distributed tracing helps you find that problem, isolate that root cause throughout your entire transaction. And I'm pleased to announce we are now providing that same capability for Python and Go apps as well. Now, for those of you who are developers or go deep into the code, do code level analysis, we have Visual Studio capabilities now available in Azure Portal for your production apps. So you have used Visual Studio Debugger or Profiler, any of you? Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Everybody uses Visual Studio Debugger and Profiler. Now you have those same capabilities available for your production apps without impacting your production performance that you can access from Azure Portal. You can do your local variables, full call stack, code level analysis, thread level analysis, everything for your operations, requests, and failures. And what's an APM solution without usage analytics? So we have a full suite of user behavior solutions. So you can track your cohorts. Maybe you're collecting data like gender, age, or any demographics data for your customers. You can use that to create your own custom cohorts, evaluate if there is some performance difference or some usage engagement difference across these different cohorts. What are your customers doing with your applications? Are there any roadblocks or experience problems that you can use in your iteration cycle? So Stephen mentioned that plan and track phase. This is what helps you prioritize your planning for your next cycle because you know what your customers are using, and then you can prioritize accordingly.
Taking that feedback and applying it, right?
Yep.
So now, like for the application map, right? That just happens if you have App Insights enabled on your applications and you've got the SDK, right? Or is there something you have to do to get that application map to create?
So application map is created automatically for you. You don't have to write a single line of code to get your application map lighted up. You just have to enable application insights for your applications. And there are multiple ways to do that. If you have access to code, you can just add the SDK to your application, redeploy, and you get everything that we are providing, from backend server side to client side JavaScript, if you have that enabled.
So that brought the other question I had. Like you were just talking about that tracking and things, and I'm most familiar with like Google Analytics or there's a couple of other tools in that space where you have to put a little client-side JavaScript there. Is that the same case then with App Insights? Is you just add a little snippet of JavaScript to your
Yes.
application?
So there is a JavaScript snippet that you can copy from the application insights resource and paste into your JavaScript, let's say the master layout file.
Yep.
Or if you're using Azure App Services, there is an application setting available within the App Service blade that you can just click the checkbox. Don't have to do any manual copy-paste anymore.
Nice.
Yeah. So let's look at some continuous monitoring aspects. So Stephen started by saying that we have CI/CD, and we want to talk about continuous monitoring. Now, what does that actually mean? So I have split this into two parts, in development phase and operations phase. Now, what does monitoring mean in development phase? I talked about any app, any dev, any platform. We have native IDE integrations. So those of you who use Visual Studio for .NET or VS Code for Node, we are natively integrated as part of these IDEs. You can get your production telemetry surfaced within the IDE itself. So as a developer, you need not go out of your VS experience. You need not go to the Azure portal to track your production telemetry. If you're doing local debug session, F5, anyone? you can get your local debug session telemetry surfaced within application insights within Visual Studio. And you can compare that with your production performance, production exceptions, and see whether the latest bug fix you did it really impact the performance. If you have used Visual Studio multi-step web tests or the new cloud load test from Azure Test Plans, all of that is integrated with application insights, so you can track your synthetic performance monitoring. And of course, we integrate with Azure repos for work item integration. So you found a bug, you're not the developer, you are the IT person, you can just file it as a bug, and your developer can come to the same solution, the same application insights resource, and start the diagnostics from there.
Wonderful.
The next part is the operations phase. Now, once your application is all ready, you have tested it, you are deploying it through Azure pipelines. Now, you can incorporate monitoring through the release pipelines or release management framework. You can incorporate it through Azure DevOps projects. So Stephen would be showing that in a moment.
And infrastructure as code.
Yes, definitely. So as part of your deployment, you have pre- and post-deployment quality gates. So you don't want to be manually deciding whether it's good enough to go from dev to canary to production. You can set up automated quality gates based on application insights or Azure Monitor metrics, saying that if in canary my performance is less than, say, 80% of my SLA, halt the deployment to production. Let me fix it, and only then give it a green signal.
Yep, I love those opportunities to remove those manual intervention points, right?
Yep.
But replacing them with something that can help ensure and watch for the quality, right? It's kind of what we want to do.
Yeah, and that is basically the continuous monitoring aspect. So whatever phase you are in, development we talked about, release management, you're using the same tools. You're using the continuous aspect to automate all of your monitoring processes. So I talked about code level analysis. I talked about actions and remediations, which we'll see in a moment. And all of this ties back to that build, measure, learn concept that many of you would have heard about in all of the literature on CI/CD and DevOps. So you can use the same build, measure, learn framework to kind of iterate upon your metrics, your user KPIs, your business metrics, and use that to continuously optimize, continuously build the right solution for your business. So with that, we'll go to a demo. We'll do that in two parts. So Stephen is going to show you some of the onboarding experiences, provisioning experiences. How do you enable all of these monitoring solutions for your systems? And then I'll touch base on looking at a fully monitored application and figuring out some problems and diagnosing some of these issues. Sounds good? Great.
All right,
Stephen.
Duplication is not happening here. Let's see.
So you're not on the right one.
Oh, yeah, I picked you.
Yes.
It helps when you press the right button. See, this is one of those manual things that I keep talking about we want to eliminate from the process, right? And, yeah. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
So I'm in Visual Studio, and I have just a really basic sample app, like something you could get out of Yo Team, which is a little generator which will generate a project for you, and a CI/CD pipeline, or DevOps projects. Just a really, or pretty much, what you get from a basic new web template, right? So it's got an ASP.NET MVC application with a couple of routes in the controller, and yeah, this is not going well. All right. Just to give you a little heads up, that the fine gentleman from the AV company mentioned that this HDMI connector has not been going well. Let's see if we can.
Okay.
All right. Let's see if we can get through the Visual Studio part of this here. If I need to jump over to the portal, I can probably jump over onto Rahul's machine here. So we're going to start out with this application has no configuration into application insights or anything yet, and I just want to show you how we can start onboarding our applications that we may have. Well, I can't show you if there's nothing on the screen.
Want to use this one?
I don't have that port. I only have HDMI.
Okay.
All right, we're back. So thank you for bearing with us with the little display challenge. All right, so the first thing we're going to go do is just right off the project, we have an application, add application in the project menu. That's where I need to go. Add application insight telemetry. Oh, when you touch the trackpad, it moves. Oh, and it unloaded my project. I am doing tremendous this morning. Y'all ever have a morning like that? Yeah, that's all right. Here we go. Application insights. Add application insights telemetry. So now, get started. Okay. So it's going to point me to. So I'm signed into Visual Studio, so it knows about my account, and it can point to the subscriptions that I have, and it's going to ask me if I want to create a new resource, new resource for App Insights for this. So I'll just kind of go with that and register. And it's going to go out and talk to Azure and set up all the application insights. It's going to add the references I need to the project. It does not change my application code at all. Right? This is just it's adding some additional stuff to my references, so there are more bits that are going to get deployed with it. It's adding some configuration. So it then comes back and reports to me and it says, "Hey, guess what? I added your SDK. I registered you with App Insights. We're going to start collecting exceptions and this publish annotation configured." That's a pretty handy little feature because when you publish new versions of your application, there will be a notation in App Insights so you can see, hey, is this thing happening after I published a new version? Right? You don't have to kind of remember time windows. You can use that as a filtering metric. So now that I have App Insights configured for my web app here, I can fire it up, F5 debugging, as Rahul mentioned, and now it's telling me there's build errors. No, I don't want to. I want to know what my build error is. So, build solution, please. No build errors there. Are you lying to me? Yeah. There are build errors. You want to run the last successful build? No, I don't. I want to run this successful build. We'll give it one more try. We'll try building it a little harder. We'll do a clean and build. If it doesn't build and run, you got to clean.
Clean failed.
All right. Clean failed?
Clean failed. Wow.
How does
a clean fail?
I don't know. Maybe. Let's. I think I'm going to do what was suggested by the audience and restart Visual Studio. We'll do. It's awesome having developers and ops folks in the audience because you have just this wealth of solutions right at my fingertips. All right. And we are going to our solution. And preparing. There's a reason I use Visual Studio Code a lot, because it starts up super fast, but the capabilities inside Visual Studio are definitely worth waiting for sometimes. All right, here we go again.
Yay.
All right. And we didn't change anything, so I'm not really sure what was going on there, but we now have our website spinning up. And the content of the website really doesn't matter super much. It's just a little standard ASP.NET template. But let's navigate around just a little bit so we can see that, hey, we're going to connect to some endpoints, and let's throw an error too. I threw in a nice little route to generate errors. All right, exception, cool. Let's continue on. But you may see now, in my code view, there's a capability in Visual Studio called Code Lens, and lets you see stuff about the source control commit, who did it when, references to that particular function or variable across your projects. But it also shows us information from App Insights. So I can see that I had an exception here, and I can take a look. And inside Visual Studio, we have an App Insights search panel and explore panel where we can go in, dig into the exception. We can track the operation. Now, in this case, my little throw is like right out front, and so it's easy to find. But sometimes you have exceptions that get buried down a couple layers. Maybe it's in your business logic. Maybe it's in your database access layer, right? And so inside of this track operation, we can find out where the source of that error was and go jump over to it. Now, this capability is all nice and available from my local debugging experience. I also can get at production data. Now, let's open up our other solution. Now, I've got another app that's running out in Azure. And I've thrown some traffic at it this morning. And we should be able to see some of the live metrics from App Insights in Visual Studio. So if I jump over here to my controller, and I wait for a little moment for it to kind of start catching up. Start seeing the code lens information starting to come in. And I'll scroll over here. We can start seeing, I had 236 times that somebody reached out and touched the contact method in a particular environment. I had 350 times the about method was called, right? No exceptions in those particular areas. Now, this can be really handy information if I've deployed to a dev environment and I'm trying to rapidly iterate and I want to see where the exceptions are coming up that I wasn't seeing in my local environment, because now I know something is different from how I was testing locally to where I'm testing in my dev my shared dev environment or shared QA environment, right? We can repoint this depending on where we want it to happen. Here where I have exceptions, I can get all of that rich information and dive into the exceptions that have occurred in the live environment. So it's a pretty easy way, just kind of walking through setting that all up inside of, just adding the SDK, pointing it to my Azure subscription, and letting it go do some magic. There's another way, and I can enable my App Insights. All that screen rigmarole had bounced me out. I can go in my Azure portal. Let's bump that font size up a little bit. And I can go into my app service. And find application insights. Find application insights. There should be a little onboard.
Click on application insights.
Just click. Gotcha. Yay for changing UIs. All right. Let this thing load up again here. So I can onboard my application through the Azure portal, which we'll do here in just a moment. It's going to end up with the same basic capabilities. I could repoint Visual Studio to point at this particular instance of application insights to pull data from it. But this gets tedious. And you all heard me talking about let's get rid of the manual, let's get rid of the manual, let's get rid of the manual. So I like to include my application insights set up in my infrastructure as code. I keep an ARM template alongside my application code, and in the case of this simple web app here, I've added, in addition to the details about the website, I've just added an App Insights component. It's just a little snippet of JSON. You get helpers inside of Visual Studio. You can grab this out of templates in the Azure Quick Starts. Or you can go through the DevOps project, which we'll take a quick look at. But we have the App Insights component. We add that, and then we add a reference to that App Insights component to our website. And I love the little JSON Explorer here. It really helps make navigating around these ARM templates easier. But we can jump over and tie it to our auto-scale settings. We can configure different alerts right within our template. So we can set these things, and then any environment that I roll this application out to, it's going to have the same configuration. It's going to have the same alerts. It's going to have the same pattern for application insights. And it allows me to then kind of, in kind of a Phoenix style, resurrect environments. If things aren't going right, I can blow one away, spin it back up, and I don't have to go through the setup each and every time. Right? I've got it included into my ARM template, which lives with the application, which then can go down my CI pipeline. So we are the fun issues with Visual Studio and the thing here took a little bit more time than I wanted, so I'm going to just show you real quick that if you want to get started with a pipeline, with an application, and with App Insights, DevOps projects are a great way from the portal just to start scaffolding out all the things you need to get started. Right? Yes?
So what you're showing right now is deploying to an Azure server. If we were to be deploying to on-premise servers, what level of detail would we be losing in the Azure monitoring that you're showing?
So,
Would we lose any resolution?
So there's some, and maybe Rahul wants to jump in on this. How you configure the server, I'll take that part, and then he can talk about resolution. How you configure that is going to be slightly different because you're not going to have the ARM template, so you're probably going to have some other config management or orchestration happening. And then as far as the resolution is...
Yeah, so once your data is collected, it doesn't matter where your application is hosted. Even if it's hosted on-premises, you are collecting the same level of data. And once it's in Application Insights, it's agnostic of the fact where it came from. The only thing you'll lose is what you don't get from on-prem. That's the Azure health information. So Azure Health is only available for Azure resources, and that's something that doesn't make sense for on-premises. That's the only thing you won't get.
You can still get your performance counters. You can still get all your IaaS-related information. You still get your framework level stuff, right? Because that stuff is all independent of running in Azure.
All of your perf counters, your on-premises server health information, your full virtual machine insights, whatever you are collecting basically for your on-premises resources, you can continue to get that same experience.
So in the Azure DevOps project, which as I just referred was kind of a great way to kind of step through, you can find a lot of good walkthroughs on it. But I just wanted to call out here before we go look at some Azure DevOps pipelines. In the DevOps projects here, you can see it scaffolds you out with source control. It scaffolds you out with a release pipeline and monitoring, right? It's got our application insights baked right into the platform. And this is a .NET Core application that's getting deployed into Azure Kubernetes service, right? So it doesn't have to go into app service. It doesn't have to go into a VM. It can go into containers. It can be Windows, Linux. It doesn't matter, right?
And Stephen, do you know, you mentioned you get application insights automatically if you use DevOps projects, but when you deploy it to a Kubernetes service through DevOps projects, you get Azure Monitor for containers out of the box as well. So you can immediately start monitoring your container instances, clusters, nodes, pods, everything, which I'll show in a moment.
Yeah, I'll let you show that because you got a better demo of that one. All right. So we've now got a CI/CD pipeline for our application, right? We've got our application deployed, and I'm going to switch actually to a different project where we've got so I'm in Azure DevOps, and let's make the screen a little bigger there. And I'm going to go over to my pipelines and my releases. And right now I have a release that has a couple of manual intervention points. One, after it goes into my dev environment, I have to approve it to go onto a QA environment, and then from the QA environment, I have to approve it to go on to into my production environment. So I want to remove some of that manual hurdle because in my QA environment, I actually just have some load tests running to make sure that things are responding fine. And after it's went through my dev environment and it hits my load test, and the site doesn't really have any business logic or anything, I'm comfortable with it going out to production. Let's try loading that release page again. There we go, much faster. All right, so I want to though take a look at my pipeline, and I want to remove one of these manual gates. Now, as we're waiting for our screen to load, what we're going to do is we're going to take away one of the manual approvals on the push to production, and we're going to add a quality gate. And the quality gate can call out to Azure Monitor and use an alert evaluation that we have to configure. And actually, we can go do that while we're waiting for this to show up. So I'm going to go into my Monitor Me QA environment. And I'm going to dive into my app insights, or we can go app insights. And let's find our classic alerts. This could be the new alerts or classic?
Classic.
Okay. All right, so we're going to create a new alert rule. And we're going to select our target. And add some alert criteria. We want a particular, let's look at, let's see, server errors, I think. Yeah, let's find server exceptions. That's the metric I want to watch for. And do greater than 0. So as long as there's no exceptions over the last 5 minutes, we should be able to move on. I'm not a very good namer, so, and it's not liking my name. Oh, can't have the question mark. And severity, enable rule on creation, sounds good. Action group, what's it going to do? And we're sending an email. And we'll send it to me. Oh, we'll do. There we go. All right. So once we have our alert, and it's going to create that. In our release pipeline, there we go. Wow. In our release pipeline here, I would add a quality gate in my deployment into production. Let's pick our prod. I have to be in my pipeline view. Oh, yep. So, yeah. All right. Edit pipeline. Here we go. That's where I need to be. And I can turn on my quality gates. And I can add my deployment gate. And I can add different gates here. We're going to query Azure Monitor alerts. That's where we're going to go through and set this stuff up. I, though, want to give Rahul a chance to show us what it looks like after we've deployed into production, after we've been running for a little while. What does an environment that's been running for a little while look like?
Yep. So let's get to the other machine.
Yes.
And this is where I am. All of my applications are now in production, and I am in the resource group view. Now I have multiple applications, virtual machines, I have storage accounts, network, a fairly complex application solution that I have deployed on this resource group. And I mentioned we have a new capability to get end-to-end visibility for my resource groups. So within the resource group, I'll go to this monitoring section. And within the monitoring section, I have something called insights and alerts and metrics and diagnostic settings. So you will see this same section monitoring across many of your major Azure resources, all natively integrated. So we'll just click on insights, and it opens Azure Monitor for resource groups. Now, in one single view, sorry, I can come to know what are the different components I have deployed here. So I have a certain number of applications, app services. There are 3 of them. I have some compute resources, virtual machines, app service plans. I have some storage and databases, SQL, disk, storage account, and so on. And I can figure out what's the alert status, what's the health status, how many components have App Insights enabled or Azure Monitor for VMs enabled. So from this one single place, I can keep track of my overall monitoring for the resource group. And if I see any problems, so in this case, I'm seeing this particular app service, Contoso Retail Web, that's been having 11 active alerts at the moment. I want to see what's going on, so I can just click on it, go to the Application Insights resource for that particular application, and look at all the details. So right out of the box, I'm getting failed request, server response time, availability, all of these metrics. And one of the best tools to start with is Application Map. So that's the topology view I talked to you about. So this particular application is deployed onto multiple instances. There is some VMs, some app services. So in one single view, I can figure out what's my overall topology level. this one particular instance that's connected to some API as well. So I can figure out interconnections across some of these resources. Now, zooming it a bit, I can see this particular instance has had 6% failures, and it's connected to SQL, Azure Table, blob storage, and bunch of things. And some of these connections are kind of unhealthy. So if I click on an unhealthy connection, I can see, let's say my SQL call is failing 14% of the times. And that's something I want to diagnose later. Right now, I'm seeing 6% failures. I can see my slowest requests. I can see my top failing requests on the right-hand side. Now, you'll notice get home index. That's my home page. It's taking 26 seconds to load. Now, I'm not sure about you, but if my homepage takes 26 seconds to load, it's probably I won't come back to this homepage anytime soon. So let's diagnose this further. What's causing it to load so slow? I can just click on that particular slow request and jump onto the performance view in Application Insights. Now, it shows me all the instances of that particular slow request over a period.
Ooh, pretty graphs.
Yeah, and I can see a histogram. It's saying on an average, it was taking around 3 seconds, but in extreme cases, 99 percentile cases, it was even more than a minute load time. Let's see what's going on. We'll click on samples to open a particular instance of this operation. And let's pick up a suggested one that it tells me. So this is the one that took 20 seconds to load. And on this view, that's the end-to-end distributed tracing view I mentioned. So you can figure out what was happening into your entire transaction. So in this case, it's a relatively simple transaction. So there was a homepage call. It called a bunch of tables or databases in the backend and eventually succeeded. There was no failure in this call. The request was properly successful. It just took 20 seconds to load. Now, why would that be? That's where Profiler comes in. So I can open Profiler Traces, which is basically your Visual Studio profiling capability available for production apps. And without impacting my production app performance, I can figure out what was happening, what was the code level view, what was each of those threads doing, where was my operation blocked, and so on. So in this case, if I can pick up any different example, let's say this one took 30 seconds to load, I can see it even gives me that performance tip. 90% of this request was spent just waiting. Maybe I can do something different at that time. Or I can just download the trace file in Visual Studio and run the full powerful code level analysis, figure out what it was blocked on, and maybe go ahead and resolve the problem. So that's the performance view. If I go back to Application Insights, there is another view there for failures. So if I, let's say, click on one of these failed operations, so there is this get customer details that failed 340 times in the last 24 hours. I'll click on that, and same as before, just like performance, I have the failures experience. So I can open up a particular exception, just like before, look at a suggested instance. And in this case, I noticed that there was a backend code exception. There were some problems in the dependency calls as well, but eventually there was a retry logic. Everything succeeded. But there was an actual code exception. If I click on that, I can see a basic call stack, what was the method, failed method name, and everything. I can file it as a work item in Azure boards if I'm not the developer diagnosing it. Or if I'm coming here to diagnose, I can just open the debug snapshot. Now, debug snapshot is a kind of an analysis of your exception dump file. It gives you all your local variables, full stack trace, and you can figure out what went wrong. Now, if you noticed the failed method, that was basically saying the input string was not in the correct format. Now, unless you know what that input string was, it's fairly difficult to figure out what the problem is. That's where your local variables come into the picture. Now, in this call stack, I can see I was trying to do some int parse 32 and then calculating some zip code processing. If I go to the zip code, it tells me somebody entered an alphanumeric zip code. That's a fairly common zip code in Canada. So maybe one of our Canadian customers came in, entered their zip code, and it obviously didn't go through int parse 32 and failed. Now, I know what the problem is. If I want to go basically jump onto the code, I can download the snapshot file, open up in Visual Studio, and jump directly to the line of code. It's a multi-100 MB dump file, so I don't want to download it right now. I already had that downloaded. I have opened it up in Visual Studio, clicking debug with managed only, and it's running your typical debug session with that dump file, takes me to the line of code where the problem lies, and I can see that same local variable, alphanumeric zip code, what the issue is. At this stage, I can fix it, redeploy through my CI/CD pipeline, and make my customers happy before a whole lot of them gets impacted. That's nice. We were just able to solve a problem. Now, let me show you some of the other things that are available as part of Application Insights. So we'll go here and look at some of the other capabilities available. So we have smart detection. Now, many times it happens, you do not know what your issues are, what your thresholds are. There might be something going anomalously wrong in one of the geographies. Maybe your exceptions in one particular area started spiking. Now, unless you are a data mining expert or you sit in front of the data all day, you might miss some of these things. So we have machine learning built into our experience, which can automatically detect such anomalies or out of the ordinary behaviors. So here I can figure out something that was not expected. So it just takes a couple of seconds to load, and it tells me some heuristic-based information. So in this case, it tells me some insecure data transmission was detected. In this case, some slow response time for server requests was detected. So on an average, it took 18 seconds for this request versus 2.3 milliseconds for others. And if you notice, that's the same get homepage request. So if I didn't have an alert set up, I could have come here and looked at smart detection, telling me that something weird is going on that I need to investigate further. So that's smart detection. If I go back to Application Insights, I have more capabilities like availability. So Stephen mentioned you could do multi-step web tests or load tests from test plans. You can upload your multi-step web tests in availability, run synthetic performance monitoring. It could be URL ping or multi-step tests. It runs from 16 global locations. And same as your performance or failure experience, you can click on one of these failed availability tests, diagnose further what was going wrong.
I was actually running a multi-step availability test against Snap earlier today, and it was succeeding everywhere but North Central. And so there was some network issue that was impacting. So it's really cool to be able to see that and get alerts on that.
And I'm really excited. You said network. And as part of Azure Monitor, we have network monitoring built in as well. So if you have service connectivity issues, express route issues, you can use our network watcher, network monitoring capability to further drill down into what caused that problem. Maybe something you can resolve on your own.
Right.
Yeah. So coming back to Application Insights, I mentioned we have a full suite of usage analytics solutions. So we have this section on usage where you can track your user behavior metrics, your customer engagements, user flows, funnels, and so on. So if I go on usage, I can see how many people were coming to my application in the last 24 hours. I can maybe split it by, let's say, country or region. That's exciting always. And I can see a fairly interesting curved graph based on country. And if I expand it to more days, I'll notice it's a more regular graph where most of my customers are coming from United States. So during that time zone, it's pretty high. And once folks in United States sleep, some of our peak usage goes down. Yep. So this helps me kind of do some capacity planning, some scaling, or just figure out who my customers are so I can better design my products or better design my experiences. Same thing I can do across sessions and events. I can create funnels. If you have used any usage analytics tool, you would know about funnels. So you can create charts saying 100% of my people who came to homepage, how many of them went to, let's say, in this case, another page called customers, then another page called creating a new customer. So I can define my core KPIs or CTAs and figure out how many people are flowing through that funnel. If there is a bottleneck, I can, of course, make it part of my next planning cycle and fix that. Similarly, I have user flows. So we saw funnels for one particular instance. User flow is everything in aggregate. So in this case, let me zoom out a bit. So I can see the entire customer flow through my application. And in this case, let's zoom back in. So my center event is homepage. So what did people do after they came to the homepage? Now, many of them went to details. That's explanatory, ended the session. Some of them created a new experience, entered the session. Many people went from home page to home page to home page to home page to home page and so on. Now, why is that? We eventually did some user studies and identified that people were refreshing the home page and they wanted an auto refresh capability. So sometimes these tools actually help you discover some latent customer needs. And as a product manager or a program manager, you can use this to figure out how you can make your customer's life much better. Great. So we have usage capabilities. We have workbooks that I mentioned. And that's one of the best tools to share information between your development and operations teams. Now, as a developer, let's say you know when there is a SQL spike or when there is a CPU spike, you should run this script and everything would be fine. But probably your operations team does not know that. So you can create a troubleshooting guide for them saying that this is a chart. If this spikes, run the script and everything would be fine. You can create these troubleshooting guides, share it with your CSS, customer support, operations teams, and all of you could use the same solution to help solve your customer problems. So there are some out-of-the-box reports. For example, you have business hypothesis, failure diagnostics, performance analysis. So if I just click on performance analysis, there are a bunch of metrics and log queries available out of the box. And I can click on edit and add my own custom charts, custom logic, custom markdown guidance that I want my folks who are using this to basically take advantage of. So these workbooks are not just for application insights. It's available for any of your Azure Monitor resources. So if you have storage accounts, SQL, you can create workbooks to monitor those things as well. Because, as I said, it's one single metrics and logs platform. So you are collecting data from anywhere across Azure. All of that you can use to create your own custom workbooks. So that's application insights. Let me show you a couple of things. So we saw a simple .NET-based application, a single distributed trace. And I mentioned it's any app, any dev, any platform. This particular application is a microservices-based application, .NET Core, Java Spring Boot, Node on a Linux app service, fairly heterogeneous type, connecting to Redis cache, event hubs, SQL databases, and so on. I can get the full visualization of what's happening in my application, the full architecture. So a front end calling to worker roles, which is calling another API to do some inventory management, and so on. And I use the same experience irrespective of my programming language. And as there was a question before, does not matter whether it's hosted on Azure or on premises.
So what's cool about this stuff is when you go and you talk to an architect or a dev team or an ops team about how they think the application is out and behaves, and then we take a look at what it's actually doing and what it's actually connecting to, and you can learn some interesting things.
Yeah, we have had many developers within the team who are like joining new, and they don't want to go through like 10 pages, 20 pages of architectural doc on how the service behaves or how the applications are talking to each other. This is a great tool to come and look at everything working dynamically in real time. What's your entire service experience looking like?
It helps build that context more quickly.
Definitely. Now, to give you that end-to-end visibility, we talked about resource groups, we talked about application insights. So if I just go to Azure Monitor, which is the hub or the central product for all of these in Azure Blade, I can notice the same experience. So I have alerts, metrics, and logs. If you click on logs, that's basically the log analytics experience where I can write queries on top of the telemetry that I'm collecting, run statistics, visualizations, root cause analysis, machine learning algorithms, whatever questions I want to ask on top of my data. Then I have same as application insights for virtual machines or containers. So if I click on containers, so you had through DevOps projects, your application deployed onto Kubernetes.
Yes.
If you do that, you'll automatically get Azure Monitor for containers. And from this view, you can monitor all of your Kubernetes clusters. Now, this one is easily telling me this particular cluster has a warning. So if I click on that, I'll go to the monitoring experience for the Kubernetes cluster. And that's a performance level view where I can monitor the node utilization, memory, node count, pod activity. I can go to controllers or containers to see what's the health looking like. So in this case, if I jump onto controllers, this particular controller, Minecraft, I love Minecraft, so I have that deployed onto one of the containers. I noticed that it's been trending almost at peak for CPU utilization, and it has restarted 276 times in the last 24 hours or so. So if I expand this particular controller, I can see the different pods that were running and selecting one of them. If I go to the right-hand side, I can see my container limits. I notice I have set up 10 millicores as the configuration, which is way too small, probably something misconfigured. I can just go to kubectl, reconfigure it, and be happy, play Minecraft again. If that does not help me, I have all the Kubernetes event logs collected in that same logs platform. I can run log analytics queries on top of that and do root cause analysis as I want.
Well,
so with that,
yeah, we should probably hop back.
With that, let's go to our slides and do a bit of recap. So we talked about continuous monitoring for DevOps, how Azure Monitor as the continuous monitoring solution integrates with your Visual Studio and DevOps pipelines, providing you that end-to-end experience throughout your DevOps lifecycle. Now, there are certain practices, best practices or better practices, as Steven likes to say, that you can use in your own processes or workflows today to ensure that you are meeting that continuous monitoring ideal. So you can go through this. We have a Learn More link, Azure Monitor overview, where you can go through certain tutorials and documentation on how you can enable some of these things. The idea being, don't use monitoring in isolation. Enable it in your release pipelines, enable it in your dev workflows, and get that end-to-end view across your app and infra. If you only have an app view or only have an infra view, there are times you'll miss out on certain things. You won't get that certain root cause. I have had some cases where my application was failing and there was no problem in the application. Now, when I went to the VM layer, I realized there was a noisy neighbor running on the VM, and that was eating up all the CPU. So unless I have that view, I couldn't have found that problem.
I was just having this conversation at breakfast, actually, how when there was a production issue, how often you'll see the ops folks go look in one direction, and you'll see the devs go look in a completely different direction for where the potential problem is. And it comes down to scope of control, right? When I'm an ops guy, I've got control of the virtual machine and the hardware underneath and network layer, and so that's where I'm going to look for problems to make sure it's not my problem, right? And the dev side, I'm going to look in the application code and make sure it's not there. So because I need to cover my backside, right? When we want to talk and work more on a DevOps capability, we want to surface all of this information for operators and developers, so we can work together more effectively to run our software better.
Definitely. So here are some resources and related sessions that you can go through in more detail. So you want to learn more about Azure Monitor or Azure DevOps, or just go through our end-to-end monitoring documentation. These are the links. There are certain breakout sessions we are doing, diving into some of these in more detail. So we had a few sessions already on full stack monitoring and ITSM. We have one tomorrow if you're interested in infrastructure monitoring for your VMs and containers. We have one tomorrow that you can definitely attend. There is a session Steven is doing on SRE practices.
Actually, David hanging out over here is.
Oh, so, yeah, David is doing that. Great. So you want to drill down into your SRE practices, SLA, SLOs. So that's the session that would be good to attend. And we are available at the Expo in booth 177, Azure Monitor. So you can come there, ask us any questions across anything on monitoring. So with that, we would love if you could evaluate this session, give us feedback. And we are almost over on time, but could take a few quick questions. We would be here for a few minutes after the session as well. Thank you, folks.